We're living in a time where the headlines seem to preach louder than the pulpits. Wars breaking out across oceans, storms sweeping through our cities, political tension at a boiling point, and the weight of injustice pressing down on our hearts. Every day, our news feed seems to scroll faster than our prayer eyes. And it's tempting, ever so tempting, to believe that the world is spinning out of control. But I'm reminded of Paul's words that echoes through chaos in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, where he says, "Therefore, my beloved brothers and sisters, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain." Notice how Paul says, be steadfast, be unmovable, not stubborn, not hard-hearted, but unshaken by the shaking, unmoved by the headlines because you're anchored in the good news. Paul isn't writing this to a church living in comfort. The Corinthian believers faced persecution. They were looking at division in the face. They had confusion about life. They are looking at death. They're looking at eternity. Any of that sound familiar to you? Because today feels like a mirror of yesterday. The same storms, just new names. Different kings, same chaos. But here's the hope. Jesus is consistent. The verse starts off by saying, therefore. And anytime you see a therefore, you have to ask, what is it there for? It's there because Paul just spent 57 verses reminding them about an unshakable truth that they needed to hold on to. And that is that the resurrection changes everything. Yes, my friends, because Jesus rose, death has an expiration date. Because Jesus rose, despair has boundaries. Because Jesus rose, our labor in the Lord is never wasted. Every prayer that you've ever whispered, every tear that you've shed, every act of love, no matter how small, child of God, it matters. It matters. But don't miss this, because I love this. Paul doesn't say stand still. He says always abounding in the work of the Lord. That means moving with urgency, because the gospel isn't a wait and see message. It's a go tell all mission. When the world grows darker, that's not our cue to hide in our building and in our homes. That's our signal to shine, to speak life where death reigns, to extend grace when hatred screams, to serve when others scatter. Listen, America right now is divided. America is distracted. America is discouraged. But what if the church became the one place that stayed focused? What if while the world is shouting, we're listening, we're praying, we're loving, we're moving with purpose? Because here's the truth, beloved, we don't get to choose the times that we live in, but we do get to choose how we live in these times. And when we live with resurrection hope, our urgency becomes contagious. So today, don't just scroll through the news. Bring good news to somebody's life. Don't just curse the darkness, but light a candle of hope in your neighborhood, in your workplace, on your news feed, or on your story. Be steadfast, not shaken. Be immovable, not indifferent. Be always abounding, not occasionally attending, because one day we will stand before the King who conquered death, and he will show us how every ounce of faith, every moment of service was never, ever in vain. So despite the way that America is today, take this time to say, this is my personal invitation from God to go. Go and do what, Jeremy? I'm glad you asked. Go and love deeply. Go and serve faithfully. Go and live urgently. Because in Jesus, in the name of Jesus, in the power of Jesus, in the mission of Jesus, your labor will echo in eternity. And when the world trembles, you'll be the one still standing, unshaken, unmoved, overflowing with hope. Go and spread hope today. Our country needs it. Our state needs it. Our city needs it. Go be the difference. I pray this message finds you in the space that it needed to find you today. And until next time, God bless you.